self-identified Republicans on his side.
Well, speaking of Joe Biden, NewsNation chief Washington correspondent, also host of The Hill, Blake Berman, is at the White House. Blake, for all the things that Joe Biden and Donald Trump disagree on, today they both complained about the media.
And I think it's fascinating, Leland. You were just talking about it. You know, Donald Trump talking there at pretty much 10:15, right on the dot, giving his speech. At just that exact same time, President Biden and his campaign put out a statement. It's not coincidental that that happened basically to the minute, back to back. I'll give you some sentiment in a second, but let me get to the statement here first. Here's what President Biden had to say in part on this Super Tuesday. He says, quote, "My message to the country is this. Every generation of Americans will face a moment when it has to defend democracy, stand up for our personal freedom, stand up for the right to vote, and our civil rights." The reason why I pull that part out, Leland, out of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraph statement in full is because of this. We saw a story yesterday in New York Magazine, a very lengthy deep dive into the president and how he views things going forward. And one of the key takeaways from that, and we heard this from as top of the totem pole as you can get in Biden world in that interview, Mike Donnellan say that they are going to, the Biden campaign, double down on this idea of democracy down the home stretch. It was obviously a big part of President Biden, his campaign the last go around. And the Biden campaign feels, we'll see if they're right or not, but they feel as of this moment in March, with some 8 months to go, that the message of democracy and freedom and personal freedoms, normally when we talk about freedom and personal freedoms, that's a conservative message, but they feel that that is going to be a winner once again in November. So that's part of the statement. The sentiment is that they feel, in speaking and going back and forth a little bit with the Biden campaign tonight, that Donald Trump has an issue with moderates within the Republican Party, and he has an issue with those who live in the suburbs within the Republican Party. When I asked specifically where the Biden campaign is seeing this, the state of North Carolina, as Elizabeth had mentioned, was noted to me specifically as one state, though they also say, and I'm interested in, I know Chris was just talking about this a little bit, as to where else it could happen across the country, but they feel that it's happening across the board as well. So that's some of the sentiment.
Yeah. You know what's interesting?
A statement from the president on
I'm looking through this statement.
I would just say, in which there's very little involvement.
Yeah, I'm looking through this statement. The word abortion is not mentioned, which is the #1 issue in our exit polling for Democratic primary voters. And I'm wondering if this personal freedom, the line you pulled out, if personal freedom is not going to now be the euphemism for abortion for the next 8 months from the Democratic Party.
It's a line that it's a phrase that could encompass several things. I know, Chris and I were talking about this on the Hill last night, exactly how that phrase can sort of, if you think of like the umbrella and, you know, it pulls out 4 or 5 different spokes, I guess. That is a phrase clearly that the campaign is focusing on, and you're right to key in on it.
All right. Blake, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.